Hey guys, welcome to beautiful Montana. Today we are at my parents' homestead and I wanted to do just a little video on homestead inspiration. So they have a garden, chickens, a couple of other things that I want to show you guys. And this is kind of just like my starting place of inspiration of what I want in a homestead. I just want to walk around. I'm going to do a little walk and talk with my mom. She does not want to be on the camera, but she's willing to talk to me. So I love what they have going here with the chicken coop. They have cardboard on it right now, a white plastic sheet to keep the chickens warm because it got to -16 a couple days this winter. What I like about this chicken coop is that you can move it so you can fertilize the ground wherever you go, and you're not killing the grass in one specific spot. And then when you move it on, the grass there is a lot more beautiful. Sounds like some problems they're running into is they want to get more chickens, and they have 7 chickens right now and it's already getting kind of small, so that would be a problem with this. But I just think this is the cutest thing ever, and it's not stinky and gross like some chicken coops. These are the nesting boxes over here, so you don't even have to go into a chicken coop. You can just come right in here and check. Of course it's winter right now, so they're just starting. Oh, there's a chicken. Hi. So yeah, I think this is really neat idea. But I want more chickens because I eat like 7 to 8 eggs a day. So I will definitely want more, especially as the kids get older and they start eating more eggs. I'll want more. Okay, so all the cardboard is there, like I said, for heat protection. But this is the door to get in. And she just puts straw or sawdust in there. So yeah, it's a pretty cool setup. And I really like the idea of having a mobile chicken coop. But it sounds like you can't have too many unless you can let them out. And of note, you can't move it by yourself. You do need 2 people. Isn't this beautiful? This is why we want to live here. They have this little pond here, which is super cool. One of the things that I want in my homestead eventually is some sort of water. So they have the pond here, and then they have a river across the way. We will be jumping in and I will be showing you guys, so stay tuned for that. Here is the garden. So it is winter time right now, so I don't think we'll be able to get into the garden, but they have this huge garden. They have 6 garden beds in the middle, and then they have 2 apple trees on the side that is closest to us, and then they have a bunch of bushes around the edge. And then along the perimeter of the garden, they also have more garden boxes. So you guys should see this in the summer and fall. The garden is insane. Looks like a jungle. So these trees are pretty young over here. She's got a whole orchard growing, but as you can see, they're pretty young right now. So Mom, tell me about this. There's some sort of term you use to describe what you want to do out here. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Permaculture.
Yes. Can you explain to me what that is?
Permaculture is more about permanent agriculture. It's not planting a broccoli seed and harvesting, and next year you have to plant another broccoli seed. It's about planting things that will keep coming back every year. So asparagus and strawberries are the most common examples.
So all the trees that a lot of the trees you have out here are like berries and things like that that you can eat, correct?
Actually, the first trees we planted were not. They're more native trees. We have mostly rock and sand, and we have a lot of voles and deer. So I wanted to make sure I could keep things alive first. And as I'm building up the soil, I will start putting in more fruits and berries and hopefully nuts someday. I started by laying down thick layers of cardboard and adding a bunch of wood chips that we get from the tree trimmers or anywhere else I can get wood chips, fallen leaves, anything that will decay. We keep layering that on there. And now with the chickens, we can also add the chicken bedding. So that's a good nitrogen hit. So I will just keep adding more and more layers as we go and hopefully get some good soil built up. We have started adding some fruiting bushes, and last fall we planted a cherry tree. So hopefully that will make it. It gets better every year. The berry bushes are already producing.
Okay.
One type produced that year, another type took a couple of years. So it just depends on what it is. But we should have cherries in a few years. If we ever get some nut trees planted, those will take a very long time.
Okay, so since we talked about building up the soil over there, let's talk about the garden again and what you did in your garden beds, because those are kind of tall garden beds. So what did you do? Just fill them with dirt?
They are very tall garden beds, and it was a several-year project. So we started with the beds in the middle and got those filled, and I filled the very bottom with just stuff I found in the forest. Rotting logs, branches, leaves, pine needles, everything I could find. I also have a small chipper shredder, so I would chip and shred things. And then at the very top, I added compost, and it does keep shrinking down, so I keep adding layers. The first year was pretty rough. There was not a lot of nitrogen, but it's gotten better every single year. And other than getting some good compost, it didn't cost me any money.
Okay, so it's kind of unfortunate that everything's dead right now, but I will definitely come back in the spring and show you guys how beautiful all of this is. So this is stuff that is not in any cages, and I believe it's stuff that she's just throwing out and seeing what sticks. So can you tell me about that, Mom?
I will throw out any extra flower seeds I have. There's a lot of sunflowers, and they have been reseeding themselves. I have a lot of lupines since they're local here, and I've been throwing the seeds out there. It's a flower, but it's a nitrogen fixing flower, so hopefully that will add some nitrogen to the ground.
And this is all part of the permaculture as well.
I just want a lot of variety. I want things to eat. I want things for the birds. I want things that are beautiful. I just keep throwing out whatever I can get. I also want it cheap, so I want to keep reseeding what works well here and letting them do their thing. Keep it kind of wild.
Okay, so I am wanting to get like cows and pigs and things like that. What do you guys do for meat?
We hunt, mostly deer. We've also had cougar, bear, elk.
So what else grows wild here that you guys can eat without having to plant anything?
We have a lot of elderberry trees, so we do make elderberry syrup for winter use. We also have Oregon grapes. We have wild cherries. We also have June berries and choke cherries. Lots of different mushrooms, but still learning about all of things we have around here to eat. And I'm sure many, many things I haven't learned yet.
My mom also does a lot of canning and dehydrating and things like that, so she has an amazing pantry, but it is up at her neighbor's house because they have a storm cellar. So we're not going to look at that today. Maybe in the spring or summer we will go look at it. But that is the end of my homestead inspiration tour. I hope you guys were inspired if you already have a little homestead, or if you're getting started on some new things that you could try. I think it's really awesome over here. So it's awesome having this inspiration of what my homestead could be someday. And I also have other ideas of what I want. Like I said, I do want a farm with cows and pigs and more chickens, possibly even doing chickens for meat one day. So I do want that aspect, but I think they have the garden aspect nailed down, and the permaculture idea is super cool too. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. I did my microgreens video for you guys, but I wanted to show you this because what I did looks like amateur hour compared to this. And she's also got some lettuce in here as well. So she's got 2 trays of microgreens and then a half a tray of microgreens plus some greens. So this is what you can do if you really get into it. It was at this point that Caitlin started regretting life decisions. Hey guys, we are going to be jumping in the river because I love you guys. All 21 of you. I'm here with my brother. He just started his YouTube journey too, Connor Phillips. He is also doing a homestead, but also like polar plunges and manifestation and things like that. So if you want to follow his journey as well, go follow him, because we're kind of starting at the same time in the same place in our journey. He's in a different part of his journey in the cold plunging. My journey is that I'm never going to do this again. Well, let's get to it. Go, go, go.
The other method is to calmly Yeah, girl.
How do you feel now?
I feel pretty energized. My legs are kind of cold, but I feel good. We're not doing it ever again. Don't tell the Iceman that, but it was good once. One time.